Intermodal traffic is the fastest growing segment of the railroad industry. You, as the person loading the cars, are the vital link in the safe and efficient transportation of trailer on flat car traffic in the North American railway system. This incident involved an improperly secured trailer. Therefore, we need to prevent the recurrence of incidents such as this in the future. Trailer securement devices are used on freight cars to support and to secure highway trailers during transit. In the performance of your job, you will come across a variety of the devices which secure the trailer to the car. This video, developed by the Association of American Railroads Intermodal Equipment Handling Task Force, will discuss the proper identification, inspection, and use of trailer securement devices. Prior to any inspection and loading, you should follow your company's safety rules, whether they require blue flag or some other form of protection such as derails. You must also observe your company's rules regarding safety equipment such as hard hats, safety shoes, and safety glasses. Care should always be exercised while getting on or off freight cars, and remember to always use safety platforms. The intermodal industry is growing rapidly with innovative techniques and the introduction of new and improved rail cars better suited to handle modern intermodal equipment. To ensure the safe loading and transportation of this equipment and its lading, a continuing training program of proper loading capabilities of the various rail cars is important. Guidelines and schematics outlining the car owner's recommended use of intermodal equipment should be readily available to loading personnel. If you are unsure or have any questions regarding loading capabilities, contact your supervisor. Section 7 of the AAR Open-Top Loading Rules, General Rule 10 states, on single cars equipped with 2 hitches, a single trailer must be secured to the hitch at the end of car to ensure that trailer wheels will be located near the center of car. On single cars equipped with more than 2 hitches, a single trailer may be loaded on an intermediate hitch provided the trailer wheels are inboard of truck centers. Caution must be exercised when loading trailers with nose-mounted refrigeration units. Trailers or refrigeration units should never have an overhang of more than 5 inches beyond the freight car striker. This is a container on chassis loaded in the TOFC mode. It is especially important to watch for excessive overhangs with these loads. 3 common types of trailer hitches are used to support and lock trailers loaded on flat cars: fixed, also called non-retractable, wrench-operated retractable, and pull-up retractable type. Hitches may or may not be cushioned depending on the design of the car. Generally, rigid hitches are used on flat cars with end-of-car hydraulic or gas cushioning devices, and cushioned hitches are used on flat cars equipped with standard friction-type draft gears. The fixed or non-retractable type hitch is installed in the permanent upright position and requires loading and unloading operations using an overhead crane or side loader. Cars equipped with this type of hitch cannot be loaded circus style. The non-cushioned hitch is not equipped with any special device to cushion the trailer during transit, but relies on freight car end-of-car cushioning. Cushioning for the cushioned hitch is provided by several means depending on the manufacturer. The most common arrangement is compressed rubber, either in the diagonal strut or on the car deck behind the diagonal strut. Hydraulic or gas cylinders in the diagonal strut assembly are also used. The retractable pull-up types of hitches can be raised and lowered from the car deck for use on cars designed for trailer and container loading, or when performing circus-type loading of freight cars. The non-cushioned hitch is not equipped with any special device to cushion the trailer during transit, but relies on freight car end-of-car cushioning. Hitch cushioning on the cushioned hitch is provided by several means depending on the manufacturer. The most common arrangement is compressed rubber, either in the diagonal strut or on the car deck behind the diagonal strut. Hydraulic or gas cylinders in the diagonal strut assembly are also used. The top plate is the area of hitch that physically contacts and secures the trailer kingpin and supports the trailer. The top plate is fitted with a jaw assembly that functions to receive a trailer kingpin during the loading cycle. The jaw assembly, either manually or automatically, locks securely around the kingpin to hold the trailer during transit. You will be working with three basic types of trailer top plates: rotor, jaw, and screw. The rotor type hitch is a semi-automatic rotor hitch. Manual operation is not required to lock a trailer onto this hitch. The locking jaw of this type of hitch is a rotor which rotates as the kingpin is slid back to the locked position. This is a semi-automatic jaw type top plate, which means that a trailer can be loaded without an operator manually locking the trailer in place. This is an ACF Model 5 screw type hitch. This hitch has manual or screw operated jaws, which clamp around the trailer kingpin when the trailer is properly loaded. There are several older types of hitches that are still in service. The manufacturer's recommended inspection and operating practices should be followed. This equipment is being phased out of the intermodal fleet. If you are unsure about trailer hitch identification or operation of older types of hitches, you should consult your supervisor. Tractor-operated knockdown hitches are raised with a pull-up hook attached to the piggy packer used to load the trailer, or with an overhead crane. There are other methods of raising hitches. In all cases, follow your company's safe operating practices when raising and lowering hitches. They are lowered or knocked down by backing the trailer against the knockdown lever. Tractor-operated hitches are secured to the car deck with pin connections at the base of both the vertical and diagonal struts. Retraction is accomplished by allowing the diagonal strut to fold around a pivoted connection at or near its upper end. A mechanical lock with an indicator is built into the diagonal strut and secures the hitch in the upright position for service. The yellow diagonal strut lock indicator flag must be flush or slightly recessed. Before loading the trailer, you must verify that the hitch jaw is rotated to the correct position to load a trailer and that the auxiliary lock is properly positioned. Screw-type or wrench-operated hitches are raised and lowered from the car floor by turning a long, heavy, elevating screw with a special hitch wrench. The screw is threaded through a large nut secured inside a yoke which is connected with steel pins to the bottom of the vertical strut. When the hitch is upright, heavy steel hooks welded to the car deck engage the vertical strut, securing the hitch to the car. Manufacturers' recommended practices must be used when raising or retracting screw-operated hitches. Before a trailer is loaded, you must first verify that the hitch jaws are open as shown here. Inspect top plates for worn, missing, or defective locking components, pin and pin retainer. Once again, ensure that top plate locking jaws are open and are ready to receive the kingpin. Inspect the vertical and diagonal struts for proper position and for worn pins, cracks, or other defects that could affect proper operation. If you are inspecting a retractable pull-up type hitch, ensure that the yellow diagonal strut lock indicator flag is flush or slightly recessed as shown here. The vertical strut supports the top plate on a pivot mount and directs the trailer weight to rail car platform. The diagonal strut supports and locks the vertical strut. It secures the entire assembly against longitudinal movement. Many hitches are equipped with lock hooks which latch over lock blocks to secure the hitch in the upright position. Ensure that these lock hooks are properly engaged. Inspect the hitch cushioning devices for worn, cracked, or leaking components and connections. Some types of cushioning devices have locking indicators. Ensure that they are locked. Inspect the tire rub rails on the car deck for broken or missing sections, and ensure that they are properly secured to the rail car. You are now ready to load the trailer. Always be sure your loading equipment is capable of safely lifting the trailer and that the trailer is properly secured before lifting. The tandem assembly of a TOFC trailer or chassis includes the wheels, axles, and brake system. Before lifting a trailer or a chassis, it is important to perform a brief visual inspection. Check to ensure that the tandem assembly is properly secured to the trailer or chassis. Also look for broken parts and ensure that the tires are inflated. Containers are usually secured to chassis with twist locks. Before lifting a container on chassis, check to ensure that the locks are present and properly engaged in the bottom corner castings of the container. Landing gear, also referred to as dolly wheels or sand shoes, should be inspected. Look for broken cross braces or missing sand shoes or dolly wheels. AAR rules require a minimum 4-inch clearance between the deck of the freight car and the bottom of the landing gear. The lift operator will lift the front of the trailer to clear the front landing pads from the ground. The tandem assembly should remain on the ground. After movement has stopped, the landing pads must be retracted to provide the required 4-inch minimum clearance. After all personnel are in the clear, the lift operator can lift and position the trailer over the car. Lower the trailer onto the top plate with the kingpin centered on and ahead of the receiving end of the top plate. Move the trailer rearward until the kingpin first passes the auxiliary lock and then into the primary lock. At this time, the top plate will lock on automatic type hitches. The crane or piggypacker operator must attempt to move the trailer forward to verify that the kingpin is secured in the top plate. By visual inspection, assure the kingpin is properly engaged in the lock and that lock indicators are in the proper position. The trailer kingpin can be either set into place directly in front of the hitch jaw and slid back, or set in front of the auxiliary lock and slid back into the rotor. As the kingpin is slid back into the open jaws, the rotor automatically rotates and closes around the kingpin. When the rotor has fully rotated to the locked position, the indicator at the back of the hitch top plate will move inward and appear flush or slightly recessed. This must be verified to be sure the hitch is properly locked. Before the crane is disconnected, assure kingpin is not resting on top of lock or in auxiliary lock area. The kingpin must fit into this opening with the bottom of the trailer resting flat on the top of the hitch. This is an ACF Model 5 screw-type hitch. This hitch has manual or screw-operated jaws, which clamp onto the trailer kingpin when the trailer is properly loaded. Here, the movable jaw has been opened so the trailer can be loaded. The movable jaw is now tightened by turning the lock screw socket with an approved tool. The operator can tell the jaw is closed by the position of the movable jaw assembly. The outer end of the movable jaw assembly will be flush or even with the back of the hitch head when the jaw is closed. The movable jaw assembly must now be locked. This is accomplished by lifting the yellow lock indicator flag and the lock pin handle and sliding the lock pin handle inward. This moves the locking pins through the holes in the fixed and movable jaws. You can be sure the hitch is locked if you see the pins extending into the holes and if the lock pin handle and indicator flag have dropped. Pre-departure inspections of outbound trains must include a visual inspection for properly positioned and locked trailers. This includes positive verification that kingpins are locked into the top plate and not resting on locking jaws or behind closed locking devices, as well as container or trailer structural integrity, proper container to trailer chassis connection, and proper trailer placement according to railcar loading capabilities. Remember, to be sure that a trailer is properly locked, you must observe that the trailer is resting flat on the hitch top plate. The kingpin is positioned properly in the top plate and not on the auxiliary lock, and the lock indicator is flush or slightly recessed. You can readily see the auxiliary lock is out of position on this hitch and defective. A trailer should not be loaded on this hitch. Inspect rub rails and lower hitch areas for proper securement and locking indicators for proper display. Vertical and side clearance limits must be observed at all times. This is especially important when loading open-top loads such as machinery and lumber on flat rack type containers. No more than 5-inch overhang is allowed over strikers. This dimension is critical when loading trailers with nose-mounted mechanical refrigeration units. Inspect to verify that trailer landing pads have been raised a minimum of 4 inches from the flat car deck. It is recommended that the pre-departure inspection be made by someone other than the personnel who loaded the car. In all cases, follow the procedures established by your company and contact your supervisor if you have any questions. We would like to conclude this program with a few comments about unloading trailers. Remember, safe procedures when unloading are as important as safe loading procedures. Assure that strut locks on retractable type hitches are fully locked and trailer lading has not shifted before unlocking the top plate jaws from the kingpin. Unloading personnel should not be on the rail car during the unloading process and never during lifting of trailers. If the rail car is inadvertently lifted up during the unloading procedure, inspect to ensure that the freight car body was not lifted off center from its trucks during the loading process. To remove a trailer from a rotor or jaw type hitch, you must unlock the hitch as shown here by prying or pulling back on the locking arm. This action will release the lock on the jaws but will not open them. The trailer can then be slid forward slightly. This action turns the rotor and opens the hitch jaw. The trailer can now be lifted from the hitch and unloaded from the car. If the trailer is slid forward too far, the kingpin will contact the auxiliary lock and may damage it. To remove a trailer from a screw-type hitch, the jaws must first be unlocked. This is done by lifting the yellow lock indicator flag and the lock pin handle and sliding the lock pin handle fully outward toward the side of the car, as shown here. When this is done, the lock pin handle will remain up, indicating that the jaws are not locked. The movable jaw can now be opened by turning the lock screw socket counterclockwise until the movable jaw assembly is opened sufficiently to clear the kingpin and lift the trailer from the hitch. Remember, you as the person responsible for the proper loading and securement of trailers on rail cars are the key to safe and efficient transport of intermodal trailers in North America.